Hey everybody, just making the first video for this week. We're breaking this down into a few different skills. So what do we need to be able to do for today's lesson? Well, the first thing is we need to be able to isolate a variable. So this is going to tie into what we've been doing with systems of equations, but it's how do we actually work some of the more complicated system of equations. So isolating a variable, what do I mean? What does it mean to isolate a variable? Well, it very simply means to isolate a variable means let me do that in a different color. To get a variable by itself. That's another term you might have heard of. You might have heard it also referred to as solving for a variable. Okay, so those are two ways you can think of it. When you say isolate a variable, it's getting the variable by itself or solving for a variable. Okay, let's go ahead and look at a few examples. This is a crucial skill that you're going to need to be able to do this. So if we look at a few examples, I'm going to make some up because it doesn't matter. Let's say we have, it's a little too thick. Let's say we have 2x plus y equals 12. Okay, how would I isolate the y, isolate y? Okay, so how would I write this? Isolate the variable y. Okay, remember variables are just your letters, that you see in math problems. Those are the variables. So how would I isolate this? Well, you would solve, okay? You would solve it just like you would solve any other equation, except for the only difference is that you're going to end up with an expression instead of just a number. So if I want to solve for y, well, I'm going to ask myself, what is being attached to y? Well, I see there's a 2x being attached, so I would subtract 2x from this side, subtract 2x from this side. Okay, so then what happens here, it's because it's being added, I can subtract it. Well, 2x minus 2x is 0, cancels out. So I can pull this down. We have y. We'll pull down our equals. And then 12 minus 2x. These are not like terms, okay? Super important. Not like terms. Okay, and that is important because they are not going to combine together, okay? They are just going to simply go like this, 12 minus 2x. So did I isolate the y variable? Yes, y is by itself, so that would be my answer. Okay, let's look at one more quick example. Let me give you one. Again, I'm going to make it up. Let's say, I'm going to do it this way. Let's do 6x plus 2y equals negative 40. Sure. And again, they want you to isolate the y variable. So again, you're going to isolate y variable. So how would I do that? Well, it's going to be the same exact process. Okay, we are going to isolate this y, meaning I need to get this y by itself. So I'm solving, means I'm going to put my little line down the equal sign. Remember, if I do something to this side, I got to do it to this side. Well, I see there's two different things. There's the 2 that's being multiplied. This is 2 times y. And then there's adding 6x. That's the other term that's being added to this y. Okay, well, I know that addition we have to get rid of first. So the first thing you're going to do is subtract 6x. If I do it to this side, I need to do it to this side. Okay? Crosses out. So you are left with, what do we have? 2y, right? 2y just pulls down. We still have our equals. And then these are, again, not like terms, okay? Because the x, they are not like terms. So we have negative 40 minus 6x. Okay, now we have to get rid of this 2. How would you get rid of this 2? Well, it's being multiplied. Okay, so the opposite of multiplication is we're going to divide. You're going to divide here, going to divide here, and you're going to divide here. 2 divided by 2 cancels out, so you're left with y equals negative 40 divided by 2 is negative 20, and then negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3x. So there's the first part of this. Go ahead and see if you can do that check for understanding.